Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. The first story is called Scheduler Compliance. Several years ago, I was a bookkeeper for a huge home improvement store. As a bookkeeper, I arrived at 5 AM to prepare for the store opening or stayed until 11 PM for closing. There were two of us, but for some reason, the scheduler and management would have one of us close and open the following day. We had a part-timer who worked 4 to 6 nights a month. Because she was in school, she did not open. The other bookkeeper closed and opened without complaining. But for me, that was absurd. Leaving the store at 11 PM and returning at 5 AM is unreasonable. We spoke with the scheduler and management to no avail. So, whenever the schedule came out, we switched if one of us was scheduled to close and open. The scheduler and management noticed but kept quiet, because someone was there to do the work, although they continued scheduling us to close and open for years. Eventually, we got a new scheduler and manager who wanted to flex their authority over all departments and demanded the other bookkeeper and I work the printed scheduled hours. We maliciously complied. The following schedule had me closing and opening. I closed and called in the next morning. They tried calling the other bookkeeper, but she did not answer. I asked her not to respond. The part-timer could not work because she had school. No one else was trained in bookkeeping, not even management. This meant they needed to contact me for instructions on opening the store. I was paid a minimum of 15 minutes for each call they made. If the call exceeded 15 minutes, I was paid a minimum of 30 minutes. You get the picture. By the end of the day, I was paid for a full day. After that day, neither the scheduler nor the management said a word about which bookkeeper was working, regardless of the schedule. The next story is called Get It Towed. I had an issue with my car. It was fairly new and well within the manufacturer's warranty. I called the dealership and explained what was happening, and the service guy was super rude, cut me off and told me to have it towed. Absolutely, I'll do that. So I got roadside assistants to come to tow me and send it off to the dealership. I give them 24 hours to call me to let me know what's going on, but they don't. So I take myself on up there to find out in person. They tell me they hooked it to a code reader, but no codes. So they'll keep looking into it. I asked for a loaner, but they don't have any available. So I asked for a rental, and they can't do that till they diagnose it. Except they can, cause my extended warranty covers that. So he begrudgingly gets me a rental. 24 more hours go by and they are closing in 15 minutes. So I send an email asking for an update and giving the additional information that he cut me off from giving in my original phone call. He called an hour later to let me know they were charging my dead battery and I could pick it up tomorrow. The third story is called Self-Scanner. I was shopping at a large home improvement store a few years ago. They used to have a particularly nasty woman who worked by the checkouts. You could tell she thought we were all stupid and beneath her. It was very early on a Sunday morning, and I had a cart full of assorted items. I knew some of the items wouldn't scan. The only thing open were the 4 self-service registers. I asked the woman if I could get some help, because I knew something wouldn't scan. She didn't even look up from what she was doing, and in the most condescending voice possible said, "All you have to do is run it over the scanner. Just scan it." I scanned my small bag of grass seed. I scanned my bottle of plant food. I scanned the new igniter kit for my grill. Then I grabbed one of the landscaping pavers and plopped it down on the scanner glass. The sound coming from the machine would seem to indicate it wasn't scanning. I flipped it over and tried the other side. The scanner made more protesting noises. Now I had every employee in the area over trying to help me. Of course, the manager came over and they were trying to make a huge scene. There was another customer who was standing right there, who called out the employee and said she was very rude to me when I asked for help. and said I was following her instructions perfectly. Needless to say, I left with all my stuff. I don't know how long self-serve number 3 was out of commission. It was still closed the next weekend, and I never saw that employee there again. The last story is called The Hard Way. We have a marketing expert client who is so lazy that she would rather receive a screenshot of our list of winners than log into our dashboard. Today, she realized that her method was not very efficient, so she asked for a spreadsheet with each match. Fine, I'll oblige. I created a Google spreadsheet for each match and a summary tab. Each tab is named after the soccer match of the day, which makes the spreadsheet navigation very long. It works fine on my ultra-wide monitor. I cannot imagine how painful it was to navigate on her phone. The spreadsheet was 16 tabs long, with at least 15 bets per tab. The client was so overwhelmed by the complexity of the spreadsheet that she finally gave up and logged into the dashboard herself. Sometimes the hard way is the only way. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.